All right, guys, you're welcome to today's section, and yeah, so we're still continuing from where we stopped the last time. Which one is the okay? No, yeah, okay. So, you're welcome once again, and so for this section, we're going to look at I don't know. I think we've done Python week 6. Oh yes, we've done Python week 6 since 7 is showing. So we're going to do website development for week whatever it is, and I'm sure it's going to be week 6 also. So let's say okay, yeah, week 6. So we have JavaScript events and basic interactivity. All right, so just as you guys know, we are skipping to the quiz, right? So we're skipping directly to the quiz. Okay, so now the quiz is 10 questions, and then we have 10 minutes to solve it. So this is the quiz for website development. All right, so and trust me, it's definitely going to be somewhat simple. So and I trust we are all ready to take the quiz. Okay, all right, so our time starts now. So now which attribute in HTML is used to execute a JavaScript function when an element is clicked? A on over, B on click, C on key press, D on submit. So I think it's even selling itself already, safe, like, and yeah, because it says when an element is clicked, not when an element is overed, not when an element is pressed, or when an element key is pressed, and not when you hit a submit button. So it's on click. All right, this on click is very useful. So for those that have been joining my class, you know about them. Please answer the quiz to continue. What do you mean? Okay, did I press it twice? Oh, sorry. I'm still seeing on click. Okay, so what does the on mouse over event do? Oh, sorry. What does the on mouse over event do? A. Executes when a key is pressed. B. Executes when the user clicks on an element. C. Executes when the mouse pointer is moved over an element. D. Executes when the user submits a form. So, and the same rule applies here. That whenever you're seeing an option that is like long like this, most of the time happens to be the correct answer. So that's the answer right there. Okay. Question 3. What JavaScript property would you use to change the text on a button dynamically? A. Button.innerHTML. B. Button.textContent. C. Button.value. D. Button.text. All right. So while this might be somewhat tricky, all right, while this might be somewhat tricky, but I want you to understand that each one of them has their own, like they have their own use. All right, you see, it says, what JavaScript property would you use to change the text on a button dynamically? So A, button.innerHTML, B, button.textContent, C, button.value, and then D, button.text. So here, either okay, if you're familiar with JavaScript, actually, even before you finish reading it, you know the right answer. All right, you know the right answer. But then, what's it called now? There's a tricky there's something tricky about this. Let me quickly try to summarize it, because you see button.innerHTML here and button.textContent here, those two guys actually can almost perform, like their works might actually almost like relate. Why? Because you see .innerHTML here works like it changes the inner content. It can even include HTML tag when you use this. Then you see for text content now, so this one also works, but this one sets plain text only, so you cannot use tag here. And it said to change the text, so which means our answer is text content. All right, so and then yeah, that's it. Okay, now question 4. Which JavaScript function is commonly used to create sliders on a web page? A. Input type range with JavaScript handling events. B. Slider.create. C. New slider. D. Range slider. This is I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know the problem of these people. Like, what kind of question is this? They said, okay, well, not to waste any much more of our time. So the rules also still applies here. But then there is something that you need to know. Oh, wait to commonly used to create sliders on a web page. There's something you need to know. You see, whenever you see like a dot before something, sometimes it's just like there is you're just trying to add like a function to help something do something. But here, as I've said, actually is still the same. I don't even know how to break that one down into our understanding. Okay, then now the next one says form dot value equals. Omo, see me they read this thing from option. I don't use my mind read the question. Question 5. What JavaScript method is used to check if a form field is empty? A. Form.value equals then empty quote. B. Form.length equals 0. C. Input.value.trim equals empty quote. D. Form.check empty. All right. So we have several ways that you can actually check this. All right. We have several ways that you can check this, but the most used method actually is the input value trim here. The input value trim here, because it's in JavaScript, each fields like they has their own value. So if the user types spaces, so it removes them, so it checks if the string is actually equal. So I don't know. I hope that's what these guys to set out the answer, because sometimes I will finish doing something, they will say it is not correct. All right. Question 6. How can you prevent a phone from submitting if validation fails? A. Use event dot prevent default in the form submit event handler. B. Set the form's action attributes to null. C. Use return false in the HTML form tag. D. Reload the page manually. Abana, all these ones are not even sounding like options that are even supposed to be in the options this thing here, or kind of this thing. Correct answer is A. Okay, now question 7. What attributes can you add to an HTML input element to ensure it's not left blank? A. Valid. B. Required. C. Not empty. D. Mandatory. Everybody knows this, so except if you're not familiar with it. So it's actually required that you can add. There's an attribute called required. So without required, you can't skip a particular form. All right. So question 8. How can you toggle the visibility of a password field? A. Change the value property of the field. B. Change the type attribute between password and text. C. Use input.hidden equals true. D. Add a read-only attribute. This one no even rhyme with wetin they talk for here at all. Okay, so actually the correct answer is to change the type attribute between password and text, because a password field is just like an input with the type of password. So to reveal it, you switch the type to text. Then if you want to hide it again, you switch it back to password, because passwords are not meant to be visible. It has been programmed that way. So if you want to see it, you set a function that will convert it to, that will change the type to text, then you can see, and then switch back to password. All right. So question 9. How can you attach an event listener to a button in JavaScript? A, button dot add event, then in the parentheses click, comma, callback. B, button dot add event listener, in the parentheses click, comma, callback. C, button dot attach event listener, in parentheses click forward slash click, comma, callback. D, button dot set event listener, then in brackets again click, comma, callback. All right, so while everything here are almost the same, the correct way of actually doing it is button.add event listener, then click callback. Button.add event listener. So now you see we have add event listener, we have attach event listener. So don't mistake them. Add is different from attach. We add event listener. So the correct answer is B right here. What question is this? Question 9. So we have few seconds before we run out of time. Question 10. To close a modal dynamically, which method should you call in JavaScript? A, modal.hide function. B, set the modal's style property display equals none. C, modal.delete function. D, modal.destroy function. Well, while these two might actually be somewhat tricky, but I just want you to know that the correct answer is B. You set it to none and finish quiz. All right, so everything, what's going on? What's going on? I'm seeing 100%, I'm seeing 1, I don't know if you guys saw what happened just now. I'm seeing 100%, I'm seeing 1, I'm seeing something, I don't even know. Okay, continue learning. So excellent, don't need to read this. Very confident, I don't need to read this. Very confident, I don't need to read this. Very well, I don't need to read this. Very well, and that's it for the survey. All right, to the main, okay. Okay, so for the main project now, so week 6 assignment, okay. Are you kidding me right now? Come on. Okay. Read through the instructions in the readme file. Okay, so that's the readme file. Okay, I think still makes sense. Okay. Right click, open link in a new tab. Fuck it. Yeah. Yes, create fork. Should only take few seconds. Okay. It says longer than few seconds. Okay. And we are done. Okay. Okay. So pardon me guys, let me just quickly read through the assignments here. Okay, drop manipulation back. Right first. Yeah. Very weak. Okay, angels from Okay. 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 Just from there. Okay. All right. I have gone through, and yeah. So let's do something now. Let's do something now. So, and I know what to do. Where's VS Code? I know what to do. So first of all, let me clone this. Okay, let me try to let me exit this directory first. Let's okay. So I can now git clone, paste this, and then enter. Okay, so I'm going to change my directory to PLP Web Technologies something. The name today long or what happen? CD PLP Web, yeah. July JavaScript event, yeah, that's it. So let me list this first. Okay, it's just the readme. Okay, so I'm going to touch index.html, style.css, and script.js. Wait first. Also in our script the column. Script.js, yes. Okay. Alright. So, and that's it there. So I can now hit enter. Then I'm going to ls again to confirm. Okay, so now I have them created. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is what we are asked to do is, because I'm not going to stress myself. The deliverables here, they said they need a structured web page with at least one form and several interaction section, like several interactive section like that. So then the script, they said the JavaScript file should be with like event handler for buttons, inputs, or links. So at least 2 interactive features created from scratch, a fully functioning custom form validation, no HTML5, no HTML, okay, no HTML5 only validation. Okay, then style optional but encouraged to style your blah blah blah. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do in my head now. So, and it's definitely going to be a very small project. A very small project. I cannot come and kill myself. So let me run everything. So code index.html, readme.md, style.css, script.js, enter. So I want to open them in the terminal there. Okay, so everybody is here, and I can close my terminal down here. So this is my index page. All right, so shift 1, enter to get this beautiful boy, so I don't have to type from scratch anymore. Okay, so now first thing first, since I have this given to me, so I'm just, the boilerplate is prepared, I can just change this to, let's say, interactive web page. Let me even use this thing, think emojis now make sense on websites. Rocket. Yep, thank you. All right, so I think that's enough for Bible. Then don't forget to link your CSS, link colon CSS, enter. So this is style.css connected. So now I can come right here and I'll just give two space so that for those that are watching, you will be able to follow up. All right. So first of all, what I'm doing is creating section. All right. So I'm creating a section, and then inside my section, I am having h2 and plus. Where's the plus? Okay. So I'm having h2. I'm having button, and I'm also having paragraph. All right. So enter. So in my h2, I'm just going to say the event handling section. Then for my button, first of all, I'm going to give my button an ID, right? So I'm going to give my button an ID, and then I can say, let me just say message button. So let me call it a message button. So let's just use only the B to as sentence casing something. All right. So this is going to ask the person, pick me. So most of us are familiar with this. If you are in my class, if you're in my personal class, you definitely have idea of how this guy is going to work, what we're going to use in what should I say, calling it as a function, triggering stuffs and the likes. But then let's just continue because we don't have any time to waste. And I'm going to call this output, right? So this is where I'm going to display things. Okay. And yes, I'm going to create another section. Okay. I don't know. I think I need to add comments because okay, let me say part one. This is where I undo the event. Okay, then I can say part two. This is where I create. This is where I created my. This is where I created my interactive elements. Okay, so let me create an interactive element here for them. So I have section. So in this section is just going to be two things that I'll be using. H2 just to give the heading, and then I'll just be needing a button also. So and my button is going to, did I just give it its class already? So button will be hashtag what should I call it? Oh, let's say, let's use the usual this thing, the normal way we used to call it, so toggle theme, and then that's it. So in between my button here, I can still rewrite it, but only that this is going to be in normal toggle theme, no, toggle theme. So what I'm trying to do is switch back. Don't worry, you'll see it when I'm finished. So, but I'm just trying to like change background. So the reason why I later said it was because I want to add the heading. That's a light or dark mode toggle. All right. Then I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. So let me just add. Let me add a section here. So this particular section now, I'm now going to say go with my h2 is very important first, then I'll add button again. So this is button now. I'm still going to set an ID for it. Okay, so and let me call it count button. So I've done this project once before. All right, so I hope these people will not say I'm repeating the same what's it called twice. I hope they will not say I'm using the same this thing twice, the same p hashtag count display. So I hope PLP people will not say I'm using the same project twice. So some of you would remember as a task that I did a countdown listing game. So it's the same thing that I want to do again. No? Counter game, but this time around it's not countdown. So this one is just counter. It counts, so it counts like it's it increases as you count. So here's counter, and then here I'm now going to put O to begin with. So as you're clicking on it, it's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. So that's what I want to do this time around. I think that's it. Then what else can I just do? Wait, let me check the question again. Hey, form. I forgot about form. Oh, hey. Oh boy, I'm going to do form. So I'm going to say part 3. Part 3. Then say form validation. Okay. Then here my section begins. All right. So my section, inside my section, I'm going to have heading 2. All right. And then I'm going to have form itself or form itself, whichever one. Then the form is going to carry an ID. So I'm going to call it, let me just say sign up form. Sign up form. Then not only you, then inside the form. So inside the form will be this. So inside the form, I'm going to have inputs, right? So I'm going to have input. Then the inputs supposed to be able to set the type from here directly, all right? But I don't want it to crash this thing. So input, then I'm going to say text, then plus another input, plus another input. Then this one is going to be email, plus another input. Then this one is going to be with name, email, and let's just say password. Password, then plus yes, button, very essential. So button, and this button will be a submit button. Submit. Then let me add a paragraph. So and then I'm going to give the paragraph an ID where I'll call it form. Form message. Okay. So and I think that's it. It's enter, and then we have this scattered stuff here. But if I just highlight it like this, I didn't finish writing form. I wrote just F. My goodness. So format document, input, this is the, sorry, let me first complete the name, form, so that it knows how to format the document. So format document, and then this is not supposed to be in the same line. It's supposed to be here, and this is supposed to be here. All right. So now text name, yeah, let me just say let me just say let me call the name of this one name too. So your ID too is going to be name. Then email, your name is going to be email, and your ID too should be email, just for now, for these projects. So then password, your name is going to be password also. Okay, so this is button down here, and I wonder, okay, so your ID too should be password also. Okay, all right, submit, and sign up. Let's call this sign up. Okay, then form. Yep. Okay, I think I'm good to go. No, I am not good to go. Since I didn't use label, I need to use placeholder. So your name, placeholder, your mail, placeholder, your password, and I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. So now I guess I'm done with HTML. So the only thing I just need to do is now link my CSS. All right, I'm linking my CSS before the close body here. So I'm going to say script colon src, script colon src, enter, and then say script.js. That's it. Okay, so let me run this with live server. Okay, it's up. Yeah, still come out. Okay, so this is it right here, and so let me shrink this. Let me place this to the left, and then let's move to me decorating these guys now. Okay, now, so for my CSS, so first of all, I'm going to start with the body. All right, start with the body. Then in the body, this is going to be, so let me just jump right to the font family. Then I'm going to use Arial. So if you've been watching my videos, you know I like Arial, and when I want to do something somewhat like playful, I use fantasy. So then I'm going to set a padding of 20px. Set a padding of 20px, then I'm going to give a background color. So let me just use the faint this thing. F9, F9, F9. Aha, yeah, that's how I want it. So then color. So the initial color is still going to remain as 333, which is dark. Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is the wait till I write you first. Oh, see now H1, but okay, no, now H2. H2. Okay, well, no problem. So here I'm going to call my H2s. Then I'm going to say text align for my H2s. Text align center. All right, they are all in the middle. Then I'm going to also give you a margin in your buttocks. Margin buttocks, margin bottom of 30px. Okay, so that's, I think that's fair enough. Okay, so now the next thing is okay, let me style my section too. So let me show each section is looking good. So first of all, the margin bottom again, that's what I'm going to start with. Then I'm using 40px. We need enough space. All right, then I'm going to now set a padding inside of it. All right, set a padding, and then the padding will just be like 15 px is enough. Just this 15 px is enough for padding. Then the border, let it be a border. I'm going to set a border around it. So I'm going to use 1 px solid CCC. Okay, now and okay, I don't know, I told you guys I don't like pointy edge, so I'm going to do border radius. So my border radius, I'm just going to give it just 10 px, so it won't be too much. Yeah, so it's making sense now. And you can even make it a design. You can make this a little curve, and then this place to a little curve, then here somewhat not too curve and not too curve, kind of design pattern like this. I can set this to 20 px. Now watch, see, there's a full curve here, but there's just a small curve here, full curve here, but there's a small curve here. So it makes sense if you do it in this kind of way. See, it's almost pointy here, but okay, let's just leave it. I think that's the design too, although it doesn't really matter, you get. I'm going to set the background to white so that it stands out, so that you can differentiate here from here. Okay, so I'm going to set the background to white. I can type it or use the X code, it's still the same thing. Okay, so that's it. Then now to my buttons, because I can see them there hanging around. So first of all, button, let me first give you padding first. Put enough. No, just normal padding first. Okay, never treat the block end on. So I'm going to use 10 px by 20 px, 10 px by 20 px. Okay, then enter. Okay, so now what should I do again? Okay, so now that the button is big, okay, let me first give you margin top, sha. Let's add margin, more margin to your top. 10 px, that you go down a bit. Okay, then and let me set the border to none. I don't want this black, this thing. Let it just be there. I like it this way. But then the border radius, I'm going to, I don't like square stuff. I'm going to change it. So I'm just going to use only 8 px. Don't worry, I'm not going to design it this time around. So I want to make it capsule, like this, capsule. Okay, then let's set you a background. So to even be good safe, even if I use blue, should be able to stand out on this page. But I am not a fan of blue, you know, like I am not a fan of blue, but that doesn't mean we can still not use it. So now yes, the text cannot remain as black, so I'm going to set the color to white. Okay, I can use hashtag FFF or just type white. So let me just type it white. Okay, then set our cursor to pointer. That's this. I cannot even forget this one. Pim, pim, pim. Come on, pim. It's not even. I need to set oval. It doesn't look like button to me. I like setting ovals for button. So I'm going to call button colon oval. So when mouse passes through it is what we call oval. So I'm going to set, instead of setting a new background color, I can set opacity here. Set it here to 0.8. Then as you see, the thing is faint, like the button is a little bit faint. Then here I can set my opacity to just 1, and as you can see, so that's enough to show that it's responsive. Okay, all right, and if you want, you can change the background color. You can use something like, let me comment this side out, comment it out here also. So here you can say background also can change it to, let's say, maybe green. So it will still work. Or maybe green, yellow. It will still work. So depends on how you want to do it too. But I prefer using opacity, so it's less stressful. Just do something very short. Okay, so my time is going. I have to. Then now that dark mode. So background. So I'm setting the background here. So what was that? I think 12, 12, 12. Abi 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, it's the one. 12, 12, 12. Still remember. Up for me. Okay. So yeah, make sure it is white because we want white to stand on black should in case when the time comes. All right. Now that we've settled this guy's case here, so we can gladly move to this one too is making sense now. Let's just help form sha. Make it not be like say we have done form. I don't even know what we can even do about it. What do we do for form again? Display. Can say flex. Then use flex direction to turn it upside down. Flex direction column. So this should turn it upside down. Then give it margin of just 10 px each. And then padding also 15 px. Wait, it's not responding. Okay. Intro x. Yeah. Input. Just going to call input like this. I'm not designing too much, so that's it. Okay. Then input. I don't like this thing. Border radius. So 10 px is enough. Yeah, thank you. Then if I set border to none, border none. Yeah, I like it this way. Okay, so I can okay, that's true. People barely know, so just a background, and then I can use 333 or CCC. I think 333 is too dark. Let's use CCC. It's better this way. Come on, get away. All right, so it makes sense now. Okay. So I think I should just move the buttons to the middle, right? This all buttons. So all buttons. Let's see if this place self center. I didn't want it didn't work. Okay, let's see text align center. I still didn't work for it. Okay, no problem then. Just going to do this. Wait. Okay, let me place this thing to this thing. So I want to put all the buttons in center now. So the button itself, we're using the tag actually in HTML, just the button tag. So now I want to put it in center, only the button. So what I'm going to do is I thought if I use place self, like place itself, it's going to work. I don't know. Place self didn't work. So but if I want to use text align, that means I will have to have it in a div. I actually don't want to use a div, so and I don't know. What's wrong with that? Okay, no problem, no worry, bye bye. Okay, now, so let me see, where is the button? Where are the buttons? They are inside sections, so I will now say section button. That's what I'm going to use for them now. Under this thing, say section. So for all section, our button, I need to speak with them. So for all sections, your buttons now should be in the middle. So I can either use text align center now. I think it should work. Or it didn't work. Okay, let's see. Let's use place contents then. Oh, we're still be speaking to button themselves. Okay, let's see first. Let me see first. Still won't work, except if I am not directing it to this guy, speaking to everybody together, but it doesn't make sense. So there's also something I can do. Justify self. I should justify self to center. Oh, Jesus. Button. Still didn't move. Okay, I think I should just leave it. The only trick I can just do here now is to just use a margin, like margin left. I don't know. Then maybe say like 50px. I think 50px is not even big, or something like that. 50px, 80px. Okay, so it's your design. You can use whatever you want. If yours will take 1000 ps to get it to the middle, no problem. So the reason is like this is because I didn't add it inside another div that I can work with. So I'm just going to leave them where they are before, and then I'm going to continue. So I'm supposed to place it in a div if I want to set it to the middle. So I use that div to set it to the middle. So we still have a long way to go, especially in our JavaScript here. Okay, because everything here now is beautiful, fine, handsome, but they don't work. All right, so now for our script, so I'm going to start from the event handling example. All right, so here's double forward slash, say part 1. So then here I'm going to do document dot get elements by id. So that is id. Then I'm going to start from my message. What's here I use again? Read me come out first. Message, okay, message btn, message button, msg. I was sure that was what I used, but I had to check. Okay, so my message button. So now that I've grabbed my message button here, remember I have to put it in quotes. So my message button here, then I will add an event listener here. So I'm adding an event listener. So then from here I'm going to click. So here I'm going to click. Let me use single this thing. So I'm going to use click. Then let me bring out the function. So I can just use arrow function here to make it easier for me. So then here I can now say document dot get elements by id again. Then this time around the output, because this is where I want to put it, right? Output now. Yeah, output. So don't mind me. I'm just still like checking again to make sure that I'm doing this thing. So text content. So I want to change what's inside. Although there's nothing inside, so but I just want to place this new stuff inside. So then I'll say you let's say you clicked the button. You clicked the button. and that's all. So it's going to give you yours too, and that's the end of statement. So let me click this. Say you click the button. See, ewo, which kind of click be this? You clicked the button. So you clicked the button. All right, so that's it for that one. So I told you guys I'll not be wasting time on it, so I'm just heading to part 2 straight. Okay, now I'm going to create a constant here, then for my toggle. So remember my part 2 is toggle button. So toggle button, then I'm going to say documents. So we're still going to get, as usual, get elements by ID. And then this time around, we're getting that toggle theme that I created as toggle theme, this one. So you should still be able to remember. So the toggle theme now. So by grabbing the toggle theme, no, don't assign it yet. Just grab it. So I will use toggle button to do the work now. So I'm now going to call toggle button again. So now I'm calling toggle button. Then I'll now add the event listener to toggle button, which means I'm grabbing the properties. I'm grabbing the ID. So I'm grabbing the properties here. I'm grabbing the function here, and then setting it as and then I set it as toggle button. So toggle button itself now is already whatever toggle theme contains. So then I'm now carrying everything that toggle theme contains, and then I want to add an event listener that is going to do a particular job once a particular command is set to it. So I'm still using click again. So once you click it once, if you want double click, you can use dbl click. I think dble or dbl click. Yeah, dbl click. So there's also dbl click and there's click. So whichever one you want. So just watch this. dbl with click. I'm coming on. I want the thing to come again, that suggestion. So you're going to see it under dbl cd. I don't know why it's not bringing it to. Oh, well, nice, Abisha. Click. So on click here. So now that I've added event listener, so on click here, what I want you to do, I'll still have to set it again. So, and I'm going to use arrow function since it's somewhat cheaper, like easier rather. End of statement, but continue back here. So okay, so now I can say document. Yep, document dot. Now I'm going to grab the body. I'm going to grab the body. So now I'm grabbing this body. So I'm grabbing the body here now. Then I now want to grab the class list for the toggle. So then class list, right? So here now I'm now going to like grab the toggle here. So then I'm now say dot toggle. Oh, it's here already. Toggle. Then so for my toggle now, I'm now going to call it dark mode. All right. So let's call it dark. Dark mode. Thank you. So what's my dark mode? So my dark mode is this is what I've prepared for my dark mode, but no problems. All right, then this is my dark mode, and yeah, that's it. I think it's just end of my statement here, and then end of my statement down here. So that's for part 2. Then my counter, I think, how many is it? Part 4. Okay, the second one I matched it together. So part 2. So let's say my count game or my counter game. Anyhow, it's the same thing. Okay. Then so I'm going to let count equals 0, starting from 0. All right. So then after letting count equals 0, then I'm going to do document dot sorry, get elements by ID. Then I'm going to yeah, that's true. So I'm just going to grab my count button. Why you know they show for here? My count button I use now. Yeah, count btn. So I'm going to use my count button, and then so for my count button, then I'm now going to add like an event listener. So I can add an event listener direct if I want to. No data set. Add event listener. Who's adding data set? Okay, so I do my event listener, and then I'm going to Samson. Why your this thing they disturb me for here? So it would sound like rope. Okay. So apologies. Okay, so let's continue. So from here, I'm adding an event listener. So I'm still going to use click. All right. So it is on click. Oh, come on. Okay, this is the DBL click. So I'm supposed to click. It's supposed to work, but I'm not trying to risk it. All right. So let me just switch everything back to. I just did double quotes now and it worked. Meanwhile, I use single quotes and it works. So and it gives this thing there. So you can use single quotes and it's going to work. But I guess I should be using double quotes because I don't understand what I'm saying again. Okay, so I'm just going to continue and the arrow as usual then. Okay, so now I'm just going to say count plus able plus. Yeah, so it's going to increment. Okay, then create noisy documents dot get elements by id. Then my count display count display capital D count display. So I'm going to assign you to change your content, so text content. Then I'm going to set it equals count. So whatever count is, let us know here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so and that's the close of statement, and then let's go to part 3. Our form, our form. With the form, I don't think I added h2. Oh, I added this, but I didn't write anything inside. So I'm going to say form validation. All right, so makes sense now. Okay, so even without correct response, still reloading. Okay, so then first of all, let me come here and then add required, because sign up and it's still refreshing. It's not supposed to respond. So required here also is required. Password is required, and I think that's it. So so please fill out this form. So even if I fill it, then it will work. So if I fill it and there is this one is not here, it's going to say okay. Let me remove what's here. It says please include an @ where is it? Include an @ in the email address. Is missing an @ and once you put it, it says enter the following @ is incomplete @ something dot something, then it works. So please fill out this field and then this works now. Okay, so they've said not just HTML validation, so we're going to do a JavaScript validation now. Okay, so I'm going to say part 3. this validation is going to take our time on part 3. So now let's prepare document. So now I'm going to do document dot get element by id. Get element by id. Samson. It's not there. So sign in. Sign up form. Okay, sign up. No space abeg. So grab my sign up form. You're not going to see anything yet, so let me give myself comfortable space. So I'm going to use sign up form, and then let me add my event listener. So if I add my event listener now, I'm going to use submit. Yeah, so on submit I have to create a function here. So I can create a function and then call it event. You get? So then I can open the parentheses for the function and then say event. So I set a property, a prop called event, then dot let's say prevent default. Yeah, prevent default. So if I'm doing this, I'll go back and remove that what's this thing required and test it to see what it says. Okay, then that's it. So this one will now stop form from to stop form submission for validation. All right, so then now I can now go and then do the do. So first of all, I'm going to let the name, name document dot get elements by id to be name. Then here I'm now going to grab your value, grabbing the value of name here. Then after grabbing the value, I have to trim it. No, what's this value? Like value. Oh, am I typing it wrong? Value is value now. Which one copy this one where it constantly hard for me? I don't want. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this for name, email, and password. All right. So instead of me doing so, I'll just do alt shift down, So then, as a lazy developers that we are, then we just tweak this. We don't need to stress ourselves, Then we grab our password again. Then here we fix it to email also. And then we grab our password too. Okay. Now, looks like we are set to go. Then now we can, oh, wait. I've not grabbed that my this thing, the message this thing. So I'll grab my message this thing, then say document dot get elements by id. Then I'm going to grab his own id too. So I think call it form msg, capital M. Form msg. Yeah, the capital M. So, and I'm not going to trim this. You don't trim this, so just let it be. All right. So now here I want to check if the form is empty. So that's why we will not be using required, because we've been told not to use HTML this thing. So if name equals empty, that means if nothing is inside. All right. Then or email equals empty, then or let's type again, or yes, then password too, password equals empty. So if they are empty, then do this. So if the the email and the password space there is empty. Then now we're going to set a message. We are going to call message now, and then text contents, we have to give it a message to send back to whoever is at the other end of the screen, that all fields are required. Yeah, I think that's enough. So, and that's it. So then, wait, let me add more this thing. So my MSG, I can now add style, then set the color to danger. Style.color, then I'll now set it to red. Okay, so it's going to give it in red. Yeah, this must be met, so I'll just return, and that's it. Okay, so now let me test it. We're supposed to finish it before I test it, but let's test it out. Oh, sorry, let me remove the HTML validation, because we've been asked not to use HTML validation. Yeah. And okay. All right, so sign up says all fields are required. Yep. Okay, so now where is it? Okay, so yeah, I'm done here. Create enough space. Okay, now what I want to do now is I want to validate my email format. All right, so I'm now going to say, why is my mind telling me to be commenting on this thing? Because I don't know who is going to mark this thing now. So here I checked if the form is empty. Then here I checked I checked. Here I set the email format, because what we are doing, what we just did now, only here can, even if this thing is not correct, as long as there's something inside, it's going to work. Watch this. Okay, submit. Okay, email. Yes, email. The email tag is still making sure that what's it called, still making sure that everything we have here is working. It will still respond, rather, due to the fact that we should just add @ so that function comes with email before, but although it's still essential that we add it, we are asked not to rely on HTML's validation. So I'm going to say, so there's a particular email pattern that I'll be needing. All right, so I'll call it email pattern. I just hope this is how to spell pattern. Yeah. So now I'm going to put the patterns here. So it's very common to wait. Just even remember all those things. Don't think I remember everything. No. And then this keyboard too is the keyboard of this PC is not directly here. This is a Korean keyboard, so I know where some properties, some things are already before. So, let me see, is it this? Okay, whichever one I didn't see, I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so this that, where do I even used to get that this thing from? Z here. Okay, let me see. Where did I used to get that? I don't remember where I do get that this thing from now. I'm on this keyboard now. Don't put me for PC. Okay, so is this? No, not you. Come in, let me. Okay, it's 6. It's in 6. So /angle, /angle square, /angle square, angle within, /angle square, angle within. Then wait, /angle square, angle within, plus at see, anyone want to remember for inside I could just write. I'm not come and kill myself. Then I think this again. Then what's it called? Yes. So after this one, then there will now be, I don't even know, plus come twice that time safe. Then backslash, just know A to Z, 0 to 1, blah blah blah. It's A to Z, then A to Z, 0 to 1, a bit no 2 by 3, A to Z, 2 by 3, slash. So I don't even know. Okay, the color changed. That means it's correct. Kai. No more. I thought as much. That space is not essential. Okay, so no problem. Let me just continue. So I have my email pattern, and I've set the pattern that I want for my email. So let me set a condition here. So I'm going to say if it is not email dot, then I'm going to say match the email pattern that I set, email pattern. So then here I can gladly say msg txt content, and I'm going to set the content to enter a valid email. Let me add address. Okay, then I'm going to close this. All right, so then msg, wonderful. Then I'm going to call the style again. This is where, so it's still definitely going to be red. So I'm going to set the color also to red. So you have to come in red too. Then I have to return this function. Return, and that's it. Okay, then I guess that's it for it. So now that I've validated my image format, what have to do? Email format. What have to do? Our time is going. Password length. Yes, let me do password length. Here, I set the password length. So this one, I'll just say if, so it should not even be stressful now. Password. So I'll just say if my password now dot length. So length is a function by itself. If it is lesser than 6, that's all. That's just all you just need. Then you get a message to tell them. And message dot text content. So I'm going to tell them that password should be greater than 6, or let's use that password must be at least 6 characters, bro. Okay, then I'm going to call this thing. So we are still using red. So anything I call my MSG, I must make sure that I'm giving it a particular style. So then my style, setting the color equals red also. So people understand red when they see one. Then Yeah, just going to return you to. So return you to, in case. Okay. What's the last thing to do? Oh, I guess that's all. So that's all. And so now everything here now has been arranged in a way that here so here it will check if the form is empty. If it is empty, give them a message that all fields are required. So if any of it is empty, say all fields are required. Then here I set the email format. So I need an email format. It should not be just normal written text, although the email function is already doing that, but it's okay to still set this in case. Now here I set the password length that it must not be lesser than 6. It mustn't be less than 6, so it must be greater than 6. Then so when a user inputs their stuff, and then it's so if it that's true, I'm supposed to give a success message. Submit success. So I'm just going to call MSG normal. So then text content. So I'm going to say my text content, just say that can I even say, let's say form is submitted successfully. Then I don't do. So then I told you we have to grab this one, set a body color for it. Set a body color. Set a style color for it. Set the style color. So this time around, since it is success, it should be green. Green. Okay, so this project now, everything together now, so it includes the error handling, so which is the button click that shows message, and we have two interactive features there, the light mode and dark mode, counter games, and then the form that doesn't support empty field, email rejects, and then password length. So let's test out our application. Okay, so start from this. You clicked the button. Toggle team. Oh, my toggle is not working now. I'll still come back and work on it. Toggle team don't work. But this is working. Then for form, sign up. All fields are required. A valid email address. gmail.com. Wow. Wait. Okay. Enter a valid email address. Let's see what I don't do. That means this thing that I set here is not correct. Right. And I don't want to remove this function now. And this function is what will make my work even more. Oh my god. Don't know. I'm very tired. Okay, let me comment it out first, then test it again. Okay. Form is submitted successfully. Hi. Voila. Maybe I'll just keep it. Just keep it. So then I add to it, but it's giving me issues. Okay. So whoever is reading the code, they will see it there. So here I checked if the form is empty. Okay. Then my team was not working just now. part 2. Okay. Toggle BTN. Okay. Okay. Maybe it's because I used this. Just looking for any possible reason. Where are you? Oh, it's because I used dark hyphen mode instead of dark mode that I've already set here. Maybe a dark hyphen mode I use for here. Where my CSS rather? Oh, no hyphen, dark mode. Okay. No, looks like you just have to keep this one too as black. Or let me just change it to, let's use green, perhaps blue. Okay, green. So at least you know that is what happens. So this mail now, it's now the issue. This mail is the issue. It's the issue. So I'm not going to allow it delay also. Just going to abandon it here because here. Oh no. Don't know why it's not responding. Okay, so let's just go and push this to them. I'm just gonna push it to them. So let me just grab my terminal again. Don't have strength. So there's already a readme. So new terminal. Excuse me. Place this to the left. Remove this terminal first. Continuing with this terminal. Then where's this thing? Okay. So we only have readme.mda answer.sql. No, what am I seeing? Okay. We only have just the readme.md here. So okay. Let's see. Alright, no problems then. Let me just first git add this. Okay. Git commit m. So m then initial commit my week. What week is this? Week 6. My week 6. Sorry. Week 6. Web assignment. Git push. You worry. So there we go. So here we only have the bots, the classroom bots and readme. But now that everything is here, we are going to have index, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I can turn this into an actual site, a real website, by coming to this place, go into settings, then go to pages down here. Then from here, click on none, change it to main, then save. So if I save it, it's going to convert it to a website that I can access, that I can share to others to test out my page. So thank you all for sticking. Wait, don't go yet. Wait, I don't know. Are we asked to submit the link? Yes. So let's submit the link. So this is the link. Going back, finish assignment, then submit, and that's it. So thank you all for staying till the end of this section. I remain my humble self, Quizz Abraham. And yeah, we're going to meet again in week 7. What error is this? I don't know what error that was, but we're in week 7. Okay, final project and deployment. Epa. Well, so thank you all once again for sticking to the end of the session, and see you in the next update.